Okay, welcome guys to my another One Piece Vampirus video. Let me lower the volume. Okay, so as I promised, this video is going to be on runners. So as you can see, let's discuss the basic thing that's going on. So this 5-day White Scout is going on, but this scout is basically good, but it's a Leorin. That means it's trying to get your diamonds used up before the Stampede event is coming this Wednesday. And this is the CP9 scout that is going on. He's a good runner, depending on Kaku would require skills. Okay, you have to be very skilled when you're using him. If you can use him well, he's great. Well, let's proceed to the most obvious question, that is runners. Which in this video I'll answer the following questions: which runners are the best? Which runners are the best in which stage? And which runners are for like overall use, everybody can use them extremely well, and which runners require skill. So let's start with, well, you can see the runners. These are the basic ones. Okay, here we have an operate runner, Perona. Now, she is a type of runner anyone can use, and her traits are amazing. Her skills, negative follow. It's a long range attack with a chance to inflict negative effect. At skill 5, her skill attack is 546, negative activation probability 100%, negative effect time 10 seconds, cooldown is 27 seconds. So basically what this negative hollow does is it releases 4 souls onto the stage that moves in a linear path. As it said, it's a long range attack, and if this soul hits the opponent, they will deal damage to them. But not only that, the opponent won't be able to use their dodge option. Their dodge up for 10 seconds. As it said, negative effect time 10 seconds. That's the negative effect. The opponent will not be able to dodge you, so you can attack them and they will just be standing there. And the special hollow is sets special hollow at close range. If the enemy touches the special hollow, it deals damage with a knockback effect. The special hollows are removed after a certain period of time, or when touched, nullifies stagger for a set period of time. Its skill attack is 728, good. Knockback effect, actually it's pretty good, because generally defenders have this effect called knockback. What it does is it throws your enemies back. They fall on the ground basically. Cooldown is 35 seconds, so moderately high. So basically what it does is it creates this fat balloon type hollow, and it keeps floating. Wherever you create it, it will stay there. If the enemy hits it, they will get damaged as well as knockback. It's pretty good. But as I said, she is easy to use, but she would take skills to fight. This is her 2D image, and these are her traits. when receiving damage from an enemy, 100% chance to reduce the cooldown of skill 2 by 5%. That means whenever your opponent is hitting you, your skill 2 will cool down at the rate of 5% of what your skill 2 is, special hollow, which is 35 seconds. So it would cool down with 5% added rate speed. When your team has more treasure secure, boost the cooldown or reduction speed of skill 1 by 50%. That means whenever your team has 3 or more treasures, your skill 1 would cool down like in 2 steps. That's 50%. Upon reaching level 80, these are the traits that will unlock. When using skill 1, boost speed by 10%. 20 seconds, cannot stack. Your trait 2 is when you are using skill 1, your speed will be boosted by 10% for 20 seconds. That's pretty great. When your strength is more than 80%, boost capture speed. That is, when you're capturing a treasure, your speed will be 50% more. And this is the boost trait. When your strength is more than 100%, resist stagger effect. But as you can see, I haven't really invested on Perona because frankly I'm not a Perona player. So, but for the guys who want to play with Perona, sure, she is great and she's annoying when in a field because she's really great. Okay, so the next runner would be Brook. He's a green runner, and so is Perona, by the way. Perona is a green runner, and so is Brook. Okay, I have played with Brook, to be fair, in challenge battles, and Brook is quite strong, to be honest. Okay, Brook has this skill called Song of Scratches Blizzard Slice. So what it is basically a mid-range attack with a chance to freeze. Nullify stagger for a set period of time, acquire speed debuff effect at level 5. At level 5, the skill attack is 35. Not very well, but you see, it freezes your opponent. It has a 100% activation probability. Freeze time is 5 seconds. Speed reduced by 30%. Effect time 10 seconds. Skill attack is 512. Cooldown is 35 seconds. What it does is it basically freezes your opponent as it basically attacks your opponent with the sword, and an after effect of that attack is your opponent gets freezed. Same like Aokiji. We'll discuss when we are discussing Aokiji is a defender. So we'll discuss about him in Defenders chapters. And this is the music party. It's quite good. It's a long range charge attack with a chance to confuse and apply a speed deal. What is a charge attack means? It will run towards the opponent. Okay, it will charge. And I have played with Book, as I said, so basically he jumps in air, so it's kind of annoying because you cannot catch him. And if you are using Book, it's upon your advantage. And yeah, he's a skeleton that can make you dance on the challenge field, treasure field. So it basically confuses you. So your controls are not in your hands anymore. Okay, your attacks can miss, have a higher chance ability to miss. It can be very annoying when the countdown is almost towards the end. So these are the traits. Step 1, confuse activation probability is 100%. Confuse effect time is 10 seconds. Speed reduced by 30 seconds. Effect time 10 seconds. Skill attack 264. Cooldown is 60 seconds. That's quite a high, but This is being a skeleton. He has these character trait nullify shock. That is, as you know, bones are like insulators to electricity. Thus, characters like Eneru and Big Mom's Thundercloud, he's immune to shock basically. So his trait one is when in the area around your enemy's treasure, increase damage by 30%. So when you're in the enemy's treasure area, you will inflict 30% more damage to your enemy. Whereas when your team has less treasure secured, cooldown reduction of speed of skill 1 by 50%. That's extremely good because you could continuously use your skill 1, that is the freeze state. Thus it's quite good because it's 50%, so it will take like 2 snaps to reuse your skill. That's great. Okay, when you reach level 80 with Brook, it would be like this trait 2 would be unlocked, and these are the trait 2. When your strength is less than 30%, boost attack by 30%. That's extremely good. So basically what it means is whenever your strength is low, your attack will, that your strength will be, your compensation for your less strength would be increased in your attack for 20 seconds. When your allies are not near the treasure where you are, increase damage by 20%. That's insane because you see, when your trait 1 is also gives you the extra 30%, trait 1 30%, and then you get 20%. That's total 50% to deal damage. So you can see this guy is not like, he is laughing, but you might want to stay away from him. But when your strength is this is the boost trait. When your strength is more than 100%, resist stagger effect. That's insane. He's quite good. That Brook, okay, you might get confused. So this Brook is the 2 years later version. Okay, so next runner will be, don't confuse it with this Brook. This one is crappy. I mean, yeah. We want the old one. That one's the better one. And where is one of my favorites. I mean, I use him a lot during my challenge battles when the bar is set to 80 and all. He is a great runner. Okay, he is a great runner, and he's extremely good at changing the tides of treasure capture, because I'll show you. Okay, so he has this amputation. It's a mid-range hit area attack with a chance to confuse nullify stagger for a set period of time. Whoa. So basically I'm going to tell you what it does. It basically creates a mid-range room all around yourself, and it will hit the enemy consecutively. Like it says, level 5, confuse effect time 10 seconds, confuse activation probability 100%, skill attack 240, 243, cooldown 39 seconds. But what it does is it attacks every enemy inside that circle consecutively for at least 10 times. That's really good. That's really good. Trust me, people. When you get this character, don't get demotivated because this is not. I personally believe that this is the best law. Wano Law, who is a red defender, is not as good as this law. This law is the best version of law yet in the game. Okay, and this is Chamber. So what it does is trades places with the closest enemy within a certain area at long range. The enemy action will be cancelled, acquires speed debuff effect at level 5. As you can see, speed reduced by 30%, effect time 5 seconds, cooldown is 25 seconds. That's good. basically what this attack does is, it's not an attack. And where is it useful? I'm going to tell you where this attack. Suppose an enemy is trying to capture your treasure. Your job would be to sneak a little close to him so that he is in your mid-range. What this skill does is creates a room, and inside the room it will swap your place with the enemy's place. So suppose the enemy is capturing your treasure, okay? You sneak behind him, you activate this skill. It will swap your places. Like the enemy will teleport back to your place, and you will go to the enemy's place. Thus, you not only secured your treasure, but your enemy is at the same time far away from you. So if your enemy does not have a long range effect, it would take him some time to reach you and attack you. Thus you are defending as well as saving. You can do it in mid-range. Suppose you're trying to save your friend, you can just swap your places with your enemy and team up with your friend and attack. This skill is amazing if you use it. And these are the traits. When in the area around your enemy's treasure, increase damage dealt by 30%. Same as this. This trait is basically same for every runner. Okay, so these two traits, skill 1 50% reduced around your captured treasure. When you capture the treasure, reduce the cooldown time of skill 1 by 30%. That's great. I mean, that's huge. When your strength is more than 70%, boost capture speed by 50%. That's insane. Now the boost rate is when your strength is more than 100%. Where is that? These are basic runner traits. But as I said, this law is extremely good. Okay, this law is extremely good. And actually, I think, I'm not so sure, but yeah. Well, I have this different law, but I'm a huge law fan. So yeah, I am a huge law fan. Yeah, I love law. Okay, my second runner that I'm going to choose is, I know you can see Robin and Vivi, but personally I haven't used them, and I prefer that Robin 2 years later, that Hacker Robin is much more amazing than this one. This Robin is way cooler than that Robin, but I'm not going to discuss any attackers in this video. Okay, this Zoro is from the arc. I don't know if you remember, but this Zoro is from the Eneru arc. 108-pound Phoenix. And I must say, of all the Zoros in this game, this guy still holds his ground pretty well. And I'll show you why. First, because this is the only Zoro that's a runner Zoro. This is the only Zoro that runs extremely fast. He's a great runner when it comes to running. Now, these two attacks. Okay, let me discuss about the normal attacks. This Zoro's normal attacks are long range. Yeah, that's so funny. But seriously, guys, when he attacks, he swings his sword so hard that the air blown from his swords move and hit your enemy at long range. And it attacks 3 times. One with each sword and the gushing attack of air with the final sword. Okay, this is one of the very few characters that actually uses long range in normal attacks. Actually, This is the only character that uses long range in normal attacks. Only one. This is the yet till now he's the only one I think, except for Kaido. I think Kaido's club is extremely big. I mean, just Jesus. Just look at this guy. Look at Kaido. I mean, you can understand why he's long range, right? But either way, this guy. So let me discuss about this guy's skill. 108-pound feet. This is a long range attack, acquires knockback effect at level 5. As I told you, knockback only comes with defenders, but these are the special runners that have that effect because their attacks are so fierce and strong that they knock your enemies back. But at level 5, keep that in mind. Skill attacks is 728, knockback effect, cooldown 53 seconds. So what it does it sends us like a mini tornado kind of air towards your opponent at extremely long range. I must say, this is real long range. Extremely long range, extremely annoying if this Zoro is standing as your opponent, because you can just use this skill and you'll be knocked back from an extremely long distance. And suppose you're capturing treasure, and this Zoro just can hit you from a mile away. That's really bad. Okay. And this Zoro's specialty is he doesn't believe in mid-range or close attacks. He is made for capturing treasure and defending treasures, like poking. He can poke any character, any enemy so well. His normal attacks are long range. His both skills are long range. What this attack does is it sends a long air slicing cut through long range. It will slice your enemy, and it's kind of an area attack. So if two enemies are standing like very close, they both will get hit. These traits are basically normal. Runner that 30% increased damage in area, then 15%. When in the area around your captured treasure, increase damage dealt by 30%. When respawn, boost speed by 10%. So suppose your Zoro dies, okay. Next time when he comes to the game, in the same game, he will have a 10% boost speed. As I said, he's extremely fast. This is why you get knocked out with this Zoro, you come back again with this Zoro, and he'll be faster than before. Okay, now here's the difference. When you are using skill 2, your skill 1 would be reduced by 15%. When you're less than 30%, when your HP is less than 30%, your boost capture speed will be 50%, and your strength is more than 100%. Resist stagger effect. Okay. This is the exact swirl wind that I'm talking about. It sends this exact swirl wind in skill 1. He's extremely good, guys. Even I have seen double S rank people play with this Zoro because he's that good. Okay. So after that comes this free Luffy. He came free with the challenges, the Marineford scout that was going on, the Marineford arc that was going on. So what he does is exactly what you're thinking is right. Why is Ace coming up? Because Ace comes up. Exactly. Yeah. So Gum, Giant Rifle, and Fire Fist. Yeah, a mid-range area attack with a chance to set enemies at flame. Basically, Ace and Luffy attacks you at the same time. And now Ace will come with this only Luffy. You don't need another Ace in the team. A Luffy and Ace combo attack. Of course, you cannot play with this Ace. This Ace only comes when the skill is, used. But I mean, come on. Luffy setting people on fire. How awesome is that? And not Luffy technically, his brother. It's combo attack. Luffy just uses a giant fist. That's a giant rifle fist. Okay, so its attack is quite high, 819. A flame and long activation probability is 100%. That means your enemy will get inflicted by a flame. And those of you who don't know what a flame is, it's basically burnt effect. Your enemy will keep on getting burnt damage. For, yes, you can see a flame long time effect is 10 seconds. And for each second there would be 90 HP lost from your opponent. So that's extremely good because 10 into 90 is, as you know, 900. So 900 HP points will be lost from your enemy even after your attack is done. And its cooldown is, that's why, very high, 48 seconds. This one is a rather long-range charge attack. I have seen people often use this to, dash, run, jump towards the treasure fast so that they can capture it. But what it does is it's basically, dashes towards the enemy and headbutts them. And as you can see, it's not a extremely well crafted skill. That's why its cooldown is 26 seconds. But the skill attack is moderately good, 462. He has, being a robber, he has this amazing traits, Nullify Shock. As you all know, Eneru cannot hit him. Nullify Entrance. Trait 1 is when in the area around your captured treasure, reduce damage received by 30%. Common. When your allies are not near the treasure, you are at increased treasure gauge amount when you capture treasure. So what it means is, suppose you are capturing a treasure all by yourself and you successfully captured that treasure. The treasure you have captured will be more, the treasure lifetime, the flag lifetime would be greater than 50%, almost 70% of the treasure will be filled. So that's a unique trait. Because naturally when people take treasures, it's filled with like 30%, 40%, sometimes 50%. But this guy is insane because if he captures a treasure all by himself, he makes sure to mark that treasure. Okay, trait 2 is when your team has less treasure, boost the cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 by 50%. Thus your F-Flame skill is going to be recooled extremely fast. Thus, when you get just higher chances of dealing more damage to your enemy. And when you capture the treasure, reduce the cooldown of skill 1 by 30%. I mean, seriously guys, that's insane. That's really good. And the normal resist stagger effect if your strength is more than 100%. Okay. Now, these two runners, as you can see, Ace and Doffy. Personally speaking, Doffy is my favorite runner in the game. Okay, now these two guys would take a long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a separate video where I'm going to explain only these two characters and tell where you can use these two. Another character that I don't have, unfortunately, there is Kizaru, and another character that is Kizaru and Marco from the Whitebeard Pirates. I'll make them, and I'll tell you where these guys can be used at their full potential. So thank you guys. Please subscribe to my channel if you like it. Give it a thumbs up, share with your friends. As I said, this is one of my new projects, new startup. So as a friend, please help me out, and see you in the next video. Thank you.